All right, let's do Unit 5, Lesson 5, Writing Functions from Graphs. So the first thing is we want to remember slope-intercept form from the previous sections. So when we write an equation, we need to find the slope, which is rise over run, and we need to find the y-intercept, which is where your graph crosses the y-axis. You're going to keep the y and keep the x. So on our first example, it says they give us a graph and we want to find the slope-intercept form of an equation. So my first step is I always find the y-intercept. So I look at the graph and look at the y-axis, and ours crosses right there at 0. So I know b equals 0 in both instances. Then I'm going to find the slope. So when you find the slope, you're going to pick any two points on the graph where it crosses at the corners of the boxes. So like right here, notice that doesn't cross in a corner, so I don't want to pick that as one of my points. So I'm going to pick this point, and then this clearly crosses in the corner. So for slope, you're going to count to go from any one point to the second point. So like I'm going to count, and we went down 1. So that means -1. And then run, we're going to count in the x direction. We went to the right 2, which is +2. So our slope is -1/2 for the line. So our final equation would be y equals -1/2 x, and we can write +0 or we can leave it out. Both would be acceptable. Now there are two special cases, and they're horizontal lines and vertical lines. So on the horizontal line, if you don't remember that it's a special case, we'll still start like normal. So if I find the y-intercept, well, we cross right here at +3. Now our slope, well, I can pick this point and this point. So for our slope, we've got rise over run. So I don't have to go up or down, which means my rise is 0. The run, I went to the right 1 unit, and 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. So our slope is 0. So we get y equals 0x plus 3, which can really be simplified to y equals 3. So whenever you have a horizontal line, it will always be whatever the y-intercept value is, because all of those ordered pairs are 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3. All the y values are 3. Always. If you remember that, it'll save you a little bit of work. Now, let's go to the second exception. This is a vertical line. So let's say we start out with the equation of a line, y equals mx plus b. Now, our y-axis, we never actually cross the y-axis. So we don't want to write 0 because that means we would have crossed at 0. So that kind of leads us to know that this is an exception, and this is going to be something that you have to memorize. What you'll notice is all of these points, if I would write the ordered pairs, it would be like 8, 1, 8, 2, 8, -3. What they all have in common is the x value is always 8. So when you have a vertical line, I like to remember it because it crosses the x-axis, and that's actually how you're going to write the equation. So horizontal lines cross the y-axis, that's why it's y equals the number, and vertical lines will always be x equals the number. Whatever number it crosses the axis at. This is going to be something that you're going to need to memorize. So let's do 3 examples. So let's look at the first one. We want the slope-intercept form of the line. So we want y equals mx plus b. we're going to find our intercept, which is at 2, positive 2, write your signs. And then our slope, I'm going to find another. So my slope, I'm going to go up 1 and to the right 2. So add in your y, add in your x, and here's our equation. Y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Let's try our second example. Same idea. I want y equals mx plus b. Our intercept is positive 1. And our slope, I'm going to use this point. So I went down 2, and I went to the right 1. Negative 2 divided by 1 simplifies. So I get y equals negative 2x plus 1. And our third example, I want the equation of a line. Our y-intercept does not exist. So that's how I know that's going to be the special case. So vertical lines, I know it's x equals, all of those values are going through negative 4.